Hello, in this video I'm going to be going over where IOTA is going to be in 2018, kind of give you a gist of upcoming developments and what to expect price-wise, technology-wise by the end of the year. Hi, Josh, We Talk Crypto. If you're looking to get more reviews on crypto projects, coins, tips in the blockchain space, I do this all the time. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And we're going to get right into IOTA. So this video is not going to be really a beginner introduction video to what IOTA is and what it does. I have some introductory videos about Hashgraph, kind of the technology behind IOTA. It's a Tango. And I have that in another video, but this video is going to focus more on, what's going to happen in the future, 2018 developments, what to expect, and how you see it as an investment. So the first thing I'd like to start off with before I go into 2018 is actually what happened with IOTA in 2017. There was a lot that went down, both good and bad. I think IOTA gained a lot of fans in the beginning of the year, but then lost some towards the end of 2017, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But first, I'm going to go over some milestones. IOTA did a lot to get its name out there, and it didn't even really use any marketing, to be honest. It's been a top 10 coin for like probably 60% of the year, and it hasn't really had any marketing initiatives. It's really just a foundation working hard on the technology, not telling anyone about it, and trying to perfect it. Well, some big things IOTA did is it became an official alliance. An official foundation. The IOTA Foundation, it's really similar to the Ethereum Foundation. You're starting to see all these top 10 projects have foundations for them. Bitcoin, Ethereum, NEM, I believe Ripple has one, Cardano has one. These guys are in business. They're setting up offices all around the world, and we know IOTA's offices, there were three main big ones, one in Oslo, Norway, which is where the founder is from, and these places are strategic. Since it was founded in Norway, the office is in Oslo. Berlin, which is technology forward, but there's a partnership, I call it a partnership, with Volkswagen. Volkswagen wants to begin to look into how they could use IOTA's technology for any of the things with their vehicles. And then I'm not sure what Chicago is for yet, but that's the other strategic partnership that was announced. And they said they have 7 more that they're already going to roll out, but haven't announced yet for 2018. So keep that in mind. Then we go to one of the big news. It was funded by Bosch Group, by Robert Bosch Group. I believe, I'm not sure if it's a venture capitalist firm or like hedge fund, but people heard that name and that shot up the price. It wasn't big to me. I'm not really in it too much for a short-term speculation, but it's good to see. It's good to see actual regulated money falling into IOTA. It's good to see it have a fund to back it up, because that's how the project is starting to legitimize itself and stake its claim in this space. So that's really good to see. And then a really big one too was the data marketplace. This kind of shot the price up a little bit in the short term. Now data is pretty much the new oil, it's the new gold. It is very valuable. Companies are paying tons for it in bulk, and now IOTA is making it so that their ledger, you can distribute and exchange data feelessly and with fast transaction times. So they set that up, and now projects are building off it. Oyster Pearl was one of those projects to build off the data marketplace. Most likely doing a review on that coin later, but for now I'm going to stick to this. So those are some of the main developments in 2017. Now I'm going to move over to 2018. Now, before I go into 2018, I want to say why they gained fans, why they didn't. IOTA's had that rep as something that was different from a blockchain, right? It's a Tango. Now, mentioning this, I'm assuming that you have either knowledge of IOTA or what Hashgraph is. If you haven't, don't worry. I'm most likely going to do an introductory video soon. But it got news for that, because it's a new architecture. It hasn't been done in the blockchain space yet. Although this architecture has been out for decades, it's the first time it's being introduced at this level in this fashion in the blockchain space. So, tips off to IOTA for that. But it's losing fans because of problems with its wallet and its user friendliness. And that's huge if you want to be a legitimate crypto project in the space. Now, these guys are focused on more of the technology, the I can say they don't really care about the GUIs and the wallets right now, even though you kind of need that. When I saw an interview with Ivan and David Sunstable, Ivan on Tech, David Sunstable. David Sunstable is the founder of IOTA, and he was talking about why the wallets have been so bad and what they plan to do to fix it. I'll be going more over that in 2018 overview. But the way their philosophy is, if you haven't known, is they really want to work on making the Tangle like perfect, like ready to go, ready for adoption. They're focusing so hard on that to make it usable, to make it scalable, to get people on the network. And the wallets, from what I saw, it sounded like to be an afterthought, and I'm not sure if it is, but they really don't want or really care about IOTA being a speculative asset, MIOTA, GIOTA, even though they've set that up. So they're not really focusing on that. But the Tangle does benefit from more transactions and more people using the network. Now, I'm not sure if people have wallets and they would actually use the network. Would they send transactions to each other's cell phones? Would they pay for gas with their car or whatever, microtransactions? I doubt people would do that. So are people actually benefiting the network if they're just storing IOTA in their wallets and not doing anything with it? I doubt that's helping the Tangle at all. So I can see why maybe it wouldn't be such a large concern from them. But at the same time, in this space, you kind of want adopters and you kind of want people getting excited about your project, and the best way to do that is to make it user-friendly for other people to do it. And so I really don't know where I stand on that and what they should do. I'm just a lowly programmer. So in 2018, I'm going to move on here, and I'll probably touch more upon this here. So speaking of wallets, they've been in heavy development in 2018 of the Trinity wallet. That's supposed to be their big thing coming up for 2018. It's supposed to be super user-friendly. It's supposed to be able to be integrated into mobile, to web, to desktop. And they're saying they're testing for smart contracts also to be integrated with features in the wallet. And so decentralized apps or dApps can be built with smart contracts on it. They're currently testing that right now, although they're focused more on the Tangle. But the Trinity wallet seems like it's going to be really huge to get people on board. And once they work that out, they'll be set. Because there have been issues with the Tangle. People would go into the wallet and they wouldn't see transactions one time, and then they would go in and they'd see it another time. There's double spend issues. There's a lot of just like flaws going through the wallet. I've had that problem too before, and I know a lot of people complain about it. The fans complain about it. And that's why these guys have lost fans towards the end of 2017, because of these problems with that wallet. And that is getting people off board. But hopefully the Trinity wallet will fix this, and I think it's like a huge step forward for them in terms of, well, at least kind of speculating on IOTA. So that's going on. Like I said, there's going to be 7 more offices opening up, and I know they have a $10 million fund coming up for development, which is, I think that's more important than anything, because with this $10 million fund, they're going to create tutorials for developers, what you need developers developing on your project to make it successful. Ethereum already has a ton of that with the network effects. You know, network effects is my favorite word. I use it in almost every video. But it's so important because you want people using your platform, talking about network effects, getting on it. And that's coming. And they plan to have full implementation. From what I'm doing in my research, they plan to have full implementation by the end of 2018. So that's when we can expect IOTA to really get going and really be in service for everyone. Now, they have a few things that bump the price up here and there. And I'll be honest, I'm looking at it as an investment. I do hold IOTA. It's a decent chunk of my portfolio. I have concerns about it and the Tangle, but for me, it's basically a bet that I'm betting on the Tangle one day having a sizable market share in the same space as blockchain or distributed ledgers. So that's why I see the value in it. But I also like the way it's run as a foundation. I like that it has really good cryptographers and, you know, pretty much like cryptography scientists on board, making the project successful and seeing it through going forward. So that's what I like too. The things I don't like are the wallet failures and the fact that they do very little marketing, although they've gotten here without it. I'd like to see them do more as a speculator, but as looking at the technology, I think that these guys are doing it the right way. I think they're really focusing on not hyping it up, using that $10 million fund to, instead of getting a marketing team, going out and building the project the right way. So by the end of 2018, we've seen this thing get as high as, I believe, $5. But by the end of the year, I think there's going to be a breakout in crypto in general, and I can see the market cap getting over to like 1.5 trillion. Now, before I go any further, I'd like to say this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You should only be putting in more than what you're willing to lose. And crypto is a risky investment. You should understand you can lose all of your investment at any time. Now that that's out of the way, and I hate saying that, but it needs to be said, I believe the entire market can go to 1.5 trillion. So if you multiply the market cap right now, that's about a 5x on the market from what the prices are, maybe 4.5x to 5x. So if IOTA's like at $1.45 in the slump right now, we could definitely see it go to like $6 or $7 by the end of the year. And that's that's assuming no developments take place at all in IOTA and they don't do anything at all. And it just stays stagnant at this price. But you know that's not going to happen. You know that they're going to make developments, they're going to make some partnerships. They're not going to announce them ahead, but they're just going to come up. People are just going to buy them. They're going to get on more exchanges. And I even heard there's a rumor that there would be an exchange being built dedicated to IOTA in Canada. Now, again, that's a rumor, but I can see it's really possible for a project of this magnitude and this size. A lot of the Bitcoins are getting their own exchanges devoted to them. And once that happens in certain countries, that's another step towards mass adoption. But I can easily see IOTA going over the $10 mark by the end of the year. And I think I'm being a little bit liberal on that. If I was being conservative, I would say $7. But from every development taking place, I think the market's just going to magnify, and it's going to have those developments, and that's going to bring it to at least 10 on the liberal side. So that's my take on what's coming for IOTA in 2018. Technological developments, offices opening up, and implementing those technological developments. Who knows? At any time, they could bust out a marketing team and just go, all over the place promoting IOTA. Who knows? But I think right now they're going to keep it organic and grow the project by word of mouth. So we'll see. Hopefully that was helpful. If you thought that was helpful or insightful, please drop a like and hit the subscribe button. I'll be doing stuff like this all the time. Thanks, guys. Josh out.